Hi people, today we're going to be talking about City of Nightmares by Schaeffer. I don't understand why this book isn't on the New York best-selling list because it's amazing, it's mind-blowing, and I love it. When I read her first trilogy, I did love everything that she created there. The lore, the mythos, the world building, the different creatures, having characters who are morally grey, like really morally grey. I did love them. And I was thinking, there's no way that she can top that. I mean, how can you top something so amazing as what she created in the first trilogy? When I read the summary for this book, I was like, oh my god. And I just couldn't put it down. It's like almost 400 pages. I think it's almost 500. And I just couldn't put it down. I needed to know what was going to happen. I needed to know more about the nightmares. I needed to know more about Ness, our main character, along with Sai. I'm not sure I'm going to pronounce that name right. I needed to know more. I just, it really absorbs you. You get into the world. And Schaeffer has this way of writing in which it really pulls the reader inside the book. And you can feel everything. And you can feel what the characters are thinking. And you can feel where they are going. And you love them because they are human and they make mistakes. And they have fears and they have things. And also the world building that she creates. It's like you're seeing a movie. It's amazing. It's mind-blowing, and I love what she writes. I mean, wow. What are we going to find in this book? We're going to be following our main character, a girl called Ness, and she suffers from anxiety, as you can see, and she has like some trauma because she saw her sister turn into a nightmare, a giant spider, and ripping her dad to pieces and eating her dad, and then going into this rampage in which she killed other people. So she got a scar for life because, it's like something like that leaves like an imprint on you. And so she ends in this society that offer to help her overcome her fears and offer this kind of therapy. And it's like this religious place that everyone says it's a cult, but she says it isn't. But the truth is, she has come a bit far, but she's still ridden by fears, irrational fears sometimes. When she sees a nightmare on the street, more nightmares later, she gets really scared and, she thinks that she's a coward, that she's not going to be able to overcome all those fears that she has. And honestly, I like to have a character who has anxiety, she has trauma, and she has survived something terrible, because I think there is lots of people that we can relate with those things, and having this kind of character here, and having her, trying to fix things and not succeeding at first, or maybe, trying again and then succeeding, and being human. I mean, that's something that I love. I don't like those perfect marisus where everything goes right. I like characters who blunder through life, because this is what life is. You don't have a master on it. You try, do your best. If you fail, you feel better, and you keep on failing until you get it. And I love having characters who are human. And so what about the nightmares? Okay, we are in this world in which people don't dream. There's different ways of not dreaming, because if you dream, you can wake up and be your worst nightmare. For instance, if you are afraid of werewolves, you will get up and you will be a werewolf and you will go killing everyone on your path. So obviously there's this society that has evolved without dreams, and there's different factions, if you want to call it, that try to stop the nightmares, that try to deal with the consequences. Also, there are some nightmares that are walking among humans and don't seem to be dangerous. And we are going, as we keep on reading the book, we are going to get answers about this dichotomy between different nightmares and why some of them are so dangerous and some of them aren't. But, I mean, the idea of going to sleep and getting up and not being yourself, being your own nightmare, your worst enemy, it's like crazy. I mean, I don't know how she came with that, but I do love all the ideas that are behind that, and I'm not going to say anything else because I don't want to spoil it. But let's say that nothing is what it seems, and very soon Ness is going to be thrown with Sai, who is a vampire, and she's going to be very afraid of him at the beginning, but he is going to save her life, and they're going to be, in this dangerous terrain in which she wants to trust him, but she's afraid of him. And I do love how she did that here, Because it's not like, okay, he's a vampire, I'm afraid, but he saved my life, I love him. No, it was like, okay, he's a vampire, he saved my life, but I'm still terrified of him. And I want to understand him. I can see that he's not as bad as I thought he was, but I still have prejudice, I have terrors, I have fears, and I have to work around all of this so I can see the person behind the vampire. And this is something that I love. Also, as always, Rebecca Schaeffer presents you with a way of writing that confronts you with lots and lots and lots of things like prejudice, judging those who are different, look different, move differently, talk differently. We are going to be facing slavery and those people in power who feel like they can do everything they want because nothing affects them and they can play with people. We are going to have absolutely kicking ass female characters, which I love, and we are going to have different family dynamics, which is also something that I love. We are going to have like nice families, but we are going to have completely dysfunctional families. This is something also that I love, because sometimes when you are reading books, everything is perfect, and sometimes in your own life, that isn't so. So having this kind of representation for me is also very important. And we are going to have all kinds of representation with people of different races, nationalities, religions, sexualities, and I love it. And talking about that, there is a moment in the book in which I completely fell in love with this phrasing of this idea of there's two characters who are talking about romantic relationships and about how sometimes people, when they fall in love with someone, they leave everything behind. All their friends, everything. It's like they are like... they leave everything behind, as I say, and it's like everything, it's that person that they fell in love with. And there's a character who says, I don't understand why that happens, because we need someone to love, we need someone to laugh with, we need someone to support us, we need different kind of people around us. That doesn't mean that you love less or more the person, but it means that you know, the more the merrier. Obviously, you can love someone and you're going to be with that person, but you also have your own needs, and you need your friends, and you need your family, and I love that, because I have always thought about this kind of toxic relationships when someone asks you to leave everything for them, and it's kind of, and I love that we have this here, and also I love that we have main characters who don't need to fall in love. They can be friends and they can love each other like that, because this kind of love also exists, and it's amazing. And I did love the character of Priya. Priya, it's an amazing character. She is presented like this awesome character, warrior-like character who seems like she isn't afraid of anything. And I love that you get to see that she has her own fears. I mean, everything about this book is amazing. Do yourself a favor, pick this one up, because it's going to surprise you. It has everything. It's an amazing read with solid characters. A lot of criticism of society today about, being better people, monsters, whatever. Dysfunctional families, fantasy. It has everything that you want in a book. So pick this one up. Thank you for watching. Bye.